Earlier today, my boyfriend told me I should look at this TikTok user that goes by Rebuilding Atlantis. His name is Michael, from what I can find, Michael Guzman. He essentially is living out in West Texas, around El Paso, and inviting people out to his land. From what I can see so far, he has about 20 acres of land that he's just telling people that they can, for free, go and live there. I just find that very interesting and just kind of scary. I think that it seems not very responsible to go out and live with somebody who you do not know, who's just saying, hey, come live in the desert with me. I just think it's really wild. I think the idea of homesteading with your friends sounds so fun if you already know people, you already have established skill sets, you have a plan, you know what you're gonna do, and you start doing that in advance. You start making sure that the land is good for farming, and you start building little houses, things like that. That's great. That is not what's going on here whatsoever. It is a random man who has been, I think, working on this for a couple of years, at least publicly. I found a GoFundMe that I think has been active for almost 2 years now. The last donation was about 11 months ago. They have raised $146 for this. Not to be mean, but I'm just kind of glad that a lot of people are not pouring money into this. Just, it's very vague, it's very suspicious. It definitely has a lot of red flags for me. It definitely seems like it can turn into a really harsh power dynamic very quickly, and it can turn into a very dangerous cult very quickly. A lot of people online have been comparing this to the Waco cult, which was essentially a religious radical man who had the doomsday prepper mindset, who had a small town of people. He started his own little town the same way Michael's wanting to, and they were more religious. I have not really seen anything outright from Michael, but I have seen people talking about wanting to go there, saying that God is calling them and things like that, which is just also more alarming. But with the Waco cult, the FBI did have to step in. They hate to see people in danger this way. I saw that the closest water source was about 8 miles. It looks like they have a truck with these big plastic tanks on them that they are having to go to a fill station to fill up with water and take back. That does seem kind of scary because I think the nearest town is 30 miles away, so if anything does happen, they are kind of far from really anybody. They still have internet and access to that. They do have other members that we're going to talk about that are also posting on TikTok, so they're not totally secluded, but they're very far away from other people. 30 miles and 8 miles may not seem like a lot, but if these people don't have reliable vehicles or reliable access to gas all the time, it'd be very easy to take their keys, restrict gas from them, and keep them there essentially. There is reports of one of the members having to go to the hospital. A lot of people are speculating that it is due to dehydration, but obviously we don't fully know that. It all seems pretty problematic. They have also shown some issues they've had with the water fill station, them getting there late. Thing you have to add on when it comes to planning. When you have a group of people and you're wanting to have them be self-sufficient, you have to also provide them, I think, with a little bit more than what's happening here. From what I've seen, a lot of people are still in tents. There's one woman who does have a yurt next to her, located at a tent. It doesn't seem to be a lot of people from what I could gather. There was 18, now there's 13. I don't really know what's happened to those other 5 people. There's only a handful of people that do have active TikToks that are posting about it, and we'll kind of talk about them a little bit later. But it does seem, everything just seems so vague, and yes, there's lots of videos of them showing kind of what they're doing, but it does not seem as organized as I think it should be for a project like this. And apparently, yeah, it is free to live there, but you do have to follow Michael or Rebuilding Atlantis on some sort of social media, I believe. That's what I've seen a lot of people say, is you do have to follow him to live there. That's like the only prerequisite. When you look at the GoFundMe, it does have a statement that the point of the GoFundMe is to have campers for unhoused families, and it specifically said families who qualify, which is another weird word to put in there, that could use them for free. So I do understand that this is going to attract a lot of people who do want a community, but that also seems like that's a lot of vulnerable people coming in, and it does not seem like there's much there to actually help them. If somebody is supplying you water and helping you with food, they can easily hold it over your head or take that away. If it's not like that, awesome, right? If somehow they make it work, great. These people are in West Texas or in El Paso. The lows, you're gonna have about 34 degrees. It can freeze there, it can flood there. Most of them seem like they're just living in tents. I did see that they had a washing machine and they are getting power. So let's talk about some people that do live there who are active on social media. The first person that really came up for me when I was looking at the Rebuilding Atlantis TikTok was a woman named Visionary Empress. She has a lot of TikToks. If you go before she started living there, it was just a lot of self-help, personal healing, things like that. And she says that her job title is a conscious language upgrade coach or something like that. I was trying to look into it. I didn't really understand. If you have any idea what that is, please let me know. People like that who do believe in spiritual healing and spirituality in general, I feel like a lot of times are more susceptible to being in cults or being taken advantage of because they want the light and the good and they're gonna follow that. You believe what you want to believe, right? But it does seem interesting that that stereotype of person is affiliated with this. I've even seen some people in the comments on her videos. I saw one person say, is this a mockumentary? Is this a joke? Because it just seems like it's playing out how we would think from all the documentaries we've probably seen on Netflix at this point about cults and different wild religious organizations. It feels like it's following a script, but it does have a chance to be more sinister. Two of the people are Robin P and Julie B. They both have quite a few videos but don't talk a lot about, again, what it's really like living there, talking about the social dynamics, just things you think people living there would talk about. They kind of show some of their day-to-day. They don't really speak much about, oh, I love it here, or it's hard, or anything like that. They're just kind of like, I'm here. They seem excited. I see a lot of stuff that they're salvaging, but again, I just don't see a lot of erected buildings. I feel like, again, there's better ways to do this. My partner and I farm a little. We have land, a county kind of close to where we live, and it's fun. It's a lot of work. Right now, it's just been a few of us working on it. Even that amount takes a lot of preparation. I just think that with this whole organization that this man Michael is putting on, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of thought, and I just feel like, yes, he's allowing people on his land for free, but I feel like to some point you are in power, you're in control, it is your land. People are going to feel that dynamic as soon as they come in, even if you're not trying to perpetuate that. They're going to owe you something. He keeps saying, oh, it's for free, you can come on my land for free. The rhetoric he uses is just very anti-government, very extremist anti-government. It's very, I'm being harassed by the government and I'm being harassed by TikTok and we just want to be free. If it didn't seem so concerning, people would not be so concerned by this. Again, if you want to make friends on TikTok and you all go survey the land and you all make a plan and have more structure to it, have an understanding of what the dynamics would be like living there. I think that, yeah, homestead community is such a cool idea. Another guy named Austin, I don't know his last name, he's on TikTok. He doesn't talk much. The only thing that we really know about him is that he wants a pet lion. That was one of the TikToks that I saw. I hope that's a joke. Michael in the video asked where you're gonna get a lion from, and he pauses for a second, but he's like, oh, I'm just manifesting a lion. That, for me, that pause, maybe he just thought he was trying to think about something silly to stay back and he couldn't, but for me, I just thought about, wow, this guy really knows people in the illegal like animal trade or something, and they're gonna get access to a lion and not have any way to take care of it, and it's just gonna be funny. I know they have some dogs I've seen, I hope those dogs are good. Again, it's West Texas, so it does get up to being in the 100 degrees there. I've seen some videos of chickens, but it did seem like that was a more developed area, so I don't know if that was maybe his land prior to moving everything out here. I could not find much about him. I was googling Michael Guzman and I could find a bunch of different Michaels. Could not find a lot of information about him besides the GoFundMe, the TikTok. I don't really know as well where their food is coming from. I have seen some people farming. Again, there is a town 30 miles away, so they could be driving there, stocking up on dry goods, because I don't know if they have a refrigerator. They do have electricity now, they do have a washing machine now, so perhaps they have a refrigerator I just haven't seen. I just hope that they are okay and these people aren't stranded. And with something like this, yeah, a lot can happen through people coming together and working together and everything like that, but to make something like this in their dream little city, they need money. They need money, they need resources, they need gas money to get from town and back. They need a lot more than they have right now, and I think that one thing that could possibly happen is they're trying to get TikTok money, so that's why they're making all these videos. The YouTube account, pretty much the same content and just a lot less engagement on there. They are doing pretty well on TikTok, all the members, and I don't know. I want someone to go out there and kind of tell us what's up. There's a TikTok user who, what's his name? I'll put it up. I don't remember what his name is. And he had lived there for a little bit and then he left, and people kept asking, why'd you leave? Why'd you leave? And in the comments, all he said was, oh, hey. Thank you. Yeah, this one guy, he said, oh, I'm leaving for good reasons. I'll make a YouTube video about it. I have yet to see the YouTube video about it. I am kind of waiting for that, for him to talk about. The cats are having their WWE fantasies right now. Yeah. Yeah, you did so good. I think you won that round. Oh yeah, so I'm hoping that there is a video in the future that gives us updates. Nobody is saying anything outright bad who's had experiences there yet. I would love to make a follow-up video to this if anything does progress. I am seeing more and more TikToks the more that I look at rebuilding Atlantis. Something I do want to bring up about Michael, he's wanting to help people who don't have a home maybe, or who want this lifestyle and who just want to go work together and have this community. And there's a video that he posted on his own TikTok of apparently some woman was stealing water, not from him, but from a local water refill area. We have no proof of that in this video, right? It's a short TikTok. And then he starts filming her and yelling at her. She has a cane. She's kind of swinging it around. And he's like, come on, hit me. That just seems so aggressive and strange, and also just kind of concerning. If you're somebody who's wanting to help people, why are you antagonizing this woman in that way? Filming her, it seemed really strange. There was another video. There's this man in the video. He's saying how he's giving him food and water and he's helping him out, and that just seems so grimy in a way, to be like, ooh, look what I did, I'm so nice. I definitely recommend checking this out, looking on TikTok, looking wherever you can to find more information, and I would love if you let me know anything that you find. Send me any links to other TikToks, any creators, and that's all I have for today.